Hi, my name is Ben Wilson. I'm the Director of Strategy with VIA Studio. Today, I've got an updated version of our Spring 2020 social media management platform, Shootout. There's a lot of tools out there, but the ones that I'm going to be talking about today are specifically focused to small and medium businesses. This is not for super large teams or organizations looking to hook into big data. Here are our basic requirements: reasonable cost, multiple social media platforms managed in one tool, including LinkedIn, analytics and reporting, response management, paid social reporting, content calendaring, some sort of approval process, and Google My Business. The contenders. In spring 2020, I went through these 5: Hootsuite, Sprout Social, Hey Orca Loomly, and MailChimp's newly released social media management tool. For this specific YouTube video, I only want to talk about Hootsuite, Sprout Social, and MailChimp. They are the big 3. So with that, let's start with Hootsuite. Hootsuite is the long-standing champ of social media management, and it boasts a robust set of features and plugins at a relatively low cost. Its feed view is very helpful for those that need to keep an eye on multiple social feeds, but its downside is that it has so many bells and whistles that it can be a little hard to use. It approaches a super user tool in that way. One of its real strengths, however, is the ability to create reports that look good and that are easy to manage. In addition, Hootsuite is constantly adding new extensions and new features, all of which you can easily take a look at here on their What's New in Hootsuite site. If you haven't looked into Hootsuite recently, I suggest you take a look at it or sign up for a trial. Finally, the pricing is fairly straightforward. It's $29 a month, billed yearly, and that is one of the cheapest platforms that we have. Sprout Social. Full disclosure, we use Sprout Social here at VIA Studio. I'll explain why in a little bit. It is very similar to Hootsuite and its offerings, but it does not offer the feed view or as in-depth reporting. But it is very easy to use and offers the ability to easily group profiles. One of its downsides is that once you go past the 10 profile limit, social profile limit, you must pay $15 per month per profile. Pricing, $149 per month per user. A little more expensive. However, the reason why we use it is because of the grouping and the ability for us to easily add on more than 10 profiles. Hootsuite is capped at 10 at the level, at the $29 a month level. MailChimp. MailChimp has rolled out some really interesting features in the last few years. Customer relationship management, and now, in the last year, they've also rolled out social media. But in true MailChimp fashion, they did it in their own way and really folded it into the overall slightly off-kilter, publishing-centric world of MailChimp. Let me show you an example of that. In MailChimp, everything is treated as a campaign, including your posts. When you create a new campaign, you can create a new social post. Let me show you an example of one that I set up previously. First, you choose Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. It's limited to those 3. And then you can choose your design. You can also use their really interesting tool called Creative Assistant. You can browse if you want from stuff that you've already uploaded, but Creative Assistant actually allows you to plug in your website and get all sorts of assets and even fonts, typography pulled from your website and then put into these sort of prefab examples. I've made this one earlier. And just as a note for all of my VIA Studio creative friends watching, I don't intend on publishing this. It's merely an example. You can customize each post here, but again, this is pretty much on Rails. For those of you who have used MailChimp's reporting, you also know that that's mostly on Rails as well. It's fairly simple and straightforward, and you get what you're going to get out of it. You also don't necessarily know which way MailChimp is going to go, and that leads them to really be focused mostly on what we see as being small clients that need to be able to use MailChimp for everything, but are mostly email centric. That said, pricing for MailChimp is fairly competitive considering everything that you get. I did want to talk about Hey Orca and Loomly just for a moment. Both of them are not full-fledged social media management platforms like Hootsuite, like Sprout Social, or even like MailChimp. They focus on social media calendars, which is something that many people do need. Now, that said, they offer many of the same content calendaring features that Sprout Social and Hootsuite offer, but the things that they don't offer are real deal breakers for us as an agency and for most of our clients. The reporting is not there, nor is the ability to really monitor your social media engagement. So, where does that leave us? Overall, Hootsuite offers the best mix of features for the requirements listed and the best set of optional plugins and extensions, all for the best price in the market. So, that's where we stand in 2021 for our small to medium-sized agencies and clients that need some sort of all-in-one social media platform management tool. I would highly recommend Hootsuite or Sprout Social, and I would suggest even doing a trial for both of them. Set them up, use them alongside one another, and see which one fits better.